Welcome to Celebrity Investing, your go-to source for insights, tips, and updates on navigating the exciting landscape of personal and global finance. Please like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive content. Is your business prepared? Simply maintaining the status quo won't cut it anymore. Survival now depends on modernizing your technology. Companies that avoid crucial updates risk being left behind by competitors who embrace efficiency. We're focusing on one specific high-risk area, continuing to fund legacy software that has no plan for migrating to the cloud. Investing in these systems means pouring money into obsolete infrastructure. This introduction sets the stage for a bad investment decision. You'll learn the clear, powerful reasons why you must stop giving new resources to these stagnant platforms. We'll show you exactly where to redirect those funds for a smarter, future-proof operation. Security risks. Why old systems can't keep up with today's threats. Holding on to legacy systems presents a significant danger to your business's integrity and future. Modern cyber threats are sophisticated and relentless. They constantly target vulnerabilities that old software simply cannot fix. If you keep your core business functions running on unsupported, on-premise systems, you are essentially leaving the front door wide open. Continuing to invest in these platforms means funding known security weaknesses that hackers are eager to exploit. Migrating to the cloud is quickly becoming a requirement, not an option, for maintaining essential security hygiene. The problem with outdated patch management. Software patches are small updates developed by manufacturers to repair known flaws or security gaps in a program. Think of a patch as a quick fix for a hole in the security fence. When a new vulnerability is discovered, the company that made the software releases a patch quickly to close that gap. This process works well for actively supported software. Why the support ends? Software companies eventually reach an end of life for older products. This happens because the architecture is too old, or updating the code for new threats becomes too expensive and time-consuming. When a product reaches end of life, the manufacturer stops creating new patches. This is a critical moment for your security. Once a system stops receiving patches, every new vulnerability found in that software remains permanently open. Hackers know this. They specifically target unpatched systems because they offer guaranteed entry points. Unpatched systems increase your risk of a data breach exponentially, offering attackers a clear path to steal information, disrupt operations, or lock down your network with ransomware. Compliance nightmares, staying legal without cloud support. Data privacy laws are becoming stricter around the world. Regulations like the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, or the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, demand that businesses protect customer and employee data with modern security standards. Failing to meet these standards carries steep financial penalties. Legacy systems were not designed to handle today's complex data protection requirements. These older platforms often struggle with several key compliance challenges. Data encryption. Modern laws require strong encryption both while data is stored and while it is transmitted. Old software often uses outdated or weak encryption methods that fail compliance checks. Audit trails and monitoring. Regulators demand detailed records of who accesses data and when. Legacy application logging may be incomplete or non-existent, making it impossible to produce the required audit trails during an investigation. Access control. Ensuring that only authorized personnel can view sensitive information is fundamental. Older systems frequently have clumsy or insufficient mechanisms for granular user access management. Trying to force uncompliant legacy systems to meet these strict legal standards is almost always more expensive and time-consuming than migrating to a secure, compliant cloud platform. Investing more money into a system that routinely puts you at risk of massive fines is truly a bad bet in this video. Hidden costs. How keeping legacy software drains your budget. Many businesses focus on the large, upfront cost of migrating to the cloud and decide to postpone the project. They mistakenly believe that sticking with the old, familiar system is the cheaper choice. However, legacy software drains your resources quietly through hidden costs that rarely show up in the migration budget line item. This financial drain is persistent and often escalates year after year. Let's look at the specific ways maintaining outdated systems actually cost you more than modernization. Expensive experts and scarce talent pool. Finding people who understand ancient systems is becoming nearly impossible. Imagine needing a mechanic who specializes only in cars from the 1980s. They are rare and they charge a premium. The same problem exists in IT. Legacy systems, like certain mainframes or applications built using outdated languages such as COBOL, require specialist knowledge. Most new IT graduates learn modern skills focused on cloud platforms, Python, JavaScript, or other contemporary frameworks. They prefer to work with modern technologies that advance their careers. This creates a serious labor supply and demand problem. High salaries. The few remaining engineers who fix very old software can demand extremely high salaries or contracting rates because they possess specialized, disappearing knowledge. Retention challenges. Once you find these experts, keeping them is difficult. They might retire soon or seek modern roles. Knowledge transfer is often incomplete or non-existent. Slow resolutions. When a crisis hits, you face delays finding someone qualified to fix it. This downtime quickly translates into lost revenue and damaged customer trust. Continuing to rely on these specialist fixes means your operational budget is hostage to a shrinking and expensive talent pool. Modern cloud infrastructure relies on widely available skills that are easier and cheaper to acquire, staff, and train. Maintenance over innovation, eating up at time. Think about your IT team's daily workload. Are they building new revenue streams or new customer features? Or are they constantly putting out fires and performing complex workarounds just to keep the old system from crashing? For organizations with significant legacy debt, the answer is often the latter. Legacy maintenance is often described as treading water. Your team spends a massive proportion of their time and effort preventing failure, not promoting growth. This time, commitment acts as a massive opportunity cost for the business. Consider these common time drains driven by obsolete systems. Complex integrations. Connecting new services or applications to old architecture is complex and fragile. Every integration requires custom coding, constant vigilance, and frequent debugging. Manual tasks. Older systems often lack modern automation tools. This forces highly paid IT professionals to perform repetitive manual tasks that a modern cloud platform could automate instantly. Extended downtime. When legacy hardware fails, the recovery process is often slow and manual. This means more hours spent troubleshooting instead of developing new, useful features for the business. When staff time shifts from innovation to pure maintenance, the business sacrifices its ability to move quickly and stay competitive. You are effectively paying your most skilled employees to stand still. Hardware dependency, paying for old boxes. Legacy software requires dedicated, often custom physical hardware to run. Cloud services move this dependency to large managed data centers, but keeping systems on-premise means you must own, power, cool, and secure these old boxes yourself. Maintaining proprietary or custom hardware is expensive for several key reasons. Escalating support costs. Manufacturers raise maintenance agreements dramatically as hardware ages. Eventually, they stop supporting the equipment entirely, forcing you into expensive third-party contracts or leaving you completely exposed. Power and space. Old servers are incredibly inefficient. They draw enormous amounts of power and require specialized cooling to prevent overheating, driving up utility bills significantly compared to modern, highly energy-efficient cloud servers. Unexpected failures. Hardware fails, often without warning. Replacing specialized circuit boards or finding discontinued parts for proprietary systems is costly and causes significant downtime. You might pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for an emergency replacement piece that has been out of production for years. The true drain comes from the lack of scalability and resilience. Cloud migration eliminates the need for you to shoulder these physical infrastructure costs and risks. Instead, you pay a predictable, consumption-based fee for scalable resources managed by the provider, turning a massive capital expenditure burden into a more manageable operating expense. Now you understand the hidden costs of legacy software and why moving to the cloud isn't optional anymore.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Stay tuned and continue to watch our videos to gain valuable insights into the world of finance. Subscribe, like, and share to continue your journey to financial success.